Hi there and welcome to this news update that is coming straight to you from South Africa today, where the newly established EHEDG Regional Section South Africa was happy to welcome Tiger Brands into the European Hygienic Engineering and Design Group. Now, Tiger Brands is the single biggest South African packaged goods company and decided to become an EHEDG member just now. With us today is Ntombenhle Mabuza, the Global Manufacturing Excellence and Quality Director of Tiger Brands, and Peet Grobler, EHEDG Regional Section South Africa Chairman. Where do you know each other from?
I think what happened was we had reached out to EHEDG as a Tiger Brands. So from our previous, Tiger as a company is continuously looking for ways to raise the bar and to lead the pack in the space of consumer safety. And one of the things it's widely known that EHEDG is one of the benchmarks when it comes to manufacturing hygiene. So when we reached out to EHEDG Global, and EHEDG Global then referred us back to Peet. That's how we met.
That's right. Yeah. Can you just give us an overview of the markets that you're active in?
The Tiger Brands is, I think, the biggest food manufacturer in sub-Saharan Africa, and we are we're also a number one market leader in most of the categories that we play in. We play in categories from grains, groceries, beverages, processed meat, and snacks and treats. We've got businesses in Nigeria, Cameroon, Zimbabwe, some collaboration. So we all over the show.
Can you tell us what your initial thoughts were when you saw what EHEDG had to offer?
As a Tiger Brands, one of our strategic pillars is quality in design, or design quality. And quality for us takes into consideration food safety. You can't have quality without food safety. So we were thinking, how do we ensure that we consistently and make it easier for all our staff to actually meet or deliver this pillar? And that is where we then thought of this partnership with EHEDG. And I think what we find with what the partnership with EHEDG will do for us is in terms of the training, the capability building. Skills retention is a challenge these days. And the skills when an engineer comes out of varsity, they are not a manufacturing hygiene expert. It's a skill that traditionally they'll have to pick right through their careers, and they start being manufacturing hygienic engineers in the middle of their careers. So it's about when they're mid-30s, early 40s. But the partnership with EHEDG enables us as a Tiger to make sure that we get an engineer fresh from varsity to a hygienic manufacturing engineer.
Yes.
So that's the one aspect. The other aspect, of course, is about it gives us access to a number of experts to collaborate. So when you have a problem or a challenge, you have a network that you can go to and discuss with like-minded people for solutions. And it's also just about the training, on that. And of course, the last one is the equipment certification, which makes sure that instead of us getting equipment and finding out when the equipment learns that this equipment is unhygienic, it's going to give us problems, we're now saying EHEDG through their certification body can certify all equipment that comes into Tiger, and that way we're moving a step closer to ensuring designed quality. We'll have the benefit of insights, learning, and experiences that can definitely contribute to the EHEDG community. And also by being the first member from Africa, we'll be able to contribute the wisdom from an African standpoint or perspective.
Peet, how did you manage to get a big company, the biggest South African food company actually, to become a member within just what, 3 months after establishing the regional section. You're good. How did you do it?
Well, obviously, having set up a new region, it was quite challenging. And one of the most critical part is collaboration. And so one of the key actions we took was to engage all role players and stakeholders we believe to be very important. And hence Tiger Brands now being part of the EHEDG family in South Africa.
Ms. Mabuza, how do you envision the collaboration with EHEDG in South Africa in the coming years?
Yeah, I see this partnership as a critical one for us as a Tiger in enabling us to deliver a key pillar of our strategy, which is design quality. What design quality means is that we actually ensure or incorporate elements of food safety in as we're designing plants and equipment and our recipes. And EHEDG is going to be at the heart of it.
It's at the heart, and it offers several services, right? We have the guidelines, we have the certification, and we have the training offerings. Which one is most important to you?
You know, what you're asking me is like saying a child should choose between candy and chocolate. I think for us, it's actually, we want the full buffet. We want everything. And you realize, you know, we want to be the leaders in food safety in Africa and in Southern Africa. And that we've evidenced by partnering with the University of Stellenbosch with the setup of the first ever Center for Food Safety in Africa. So we will then leverage this to say, let's lead the way in terms of food safety by making sure that we adopt the guidelines as a minimum requirement for Tiger equipment and plants. We'll also use the collaboration. So instead of us sitting internally as a Tiger brand, when we have a challenge, we now have access to a global team of experts and colleagues that can support us, and which means we can get to quicker resolution of issues. And also the certification of equipment. Instead of relying on equipment to land here and then you realize, it's got issues and becomes more expensive, we will say to suppliers, before the kit is shipped to us, we need an EHEDG certification auditor to go and certify that it is hygienically designed. So we want everything. So we want to get our money's worth.
To the EHEDG vision is really to go global. I think from a timing perspective, it was critical for us to establish something in the African continent. And as can be seen from Tiger Brands' initiative, is that collaboration and the timing of getting the Africa part of EHEDG running, it's very critical because we need to support locally and we need to be really being seen to be active within the markets. And with EHEDG in the past not having been able to be in the African market specifically, I believe we're now in a very, very stronger position to move forward.
Ms. Mabuza, we're happy to have you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.